Real conversations, real solutions, real success. Success is my religion.
2, 1.
Good morning, and welcome to the Porch. I'm your co-host, the chosen one. You got the success engineer over here, Mr. Taylor. Today's subject is who motivates you to be successful
To want to be successful.
or to want to be successful.
What made you come up with that?
What made me come out with that is my conversations as of late, and they were not very good. But no, you have people that you want to, I would say, impress or, do well enough for them to give you accolades while you're around. You don't want your flowers when you're in the ground. So that was my motivation. I have family members abroad in North Carolina, Kansas City. All over the place in the United States. And they motivate me to want to do better or be a better person. And then obviously the person that you really needs to motivate is yourself. Because without you being the driving force behind anything, you're not going to accomplish nothing. I don't think, unless you're helped or you have some grant money or some family members and like here's 20 million, go do something, be something like that.
Most of y'all ain't gonna get that. So like, we gotta be real though. Like, because I hear it all the time online. I'm like, we talking about these people that have made a significant amount of money in a short amount of time. Like, that is not a reality for most of us.
No,
we have to do it in a progress, in a process. Like, I keep saying, you always got to go up. Like, my life has always been upward trajectory. And I'm not doing great, but I'm in the trajectory of getting what I want at the time that I'm supposed to have it. That means, like, I have enough wisdom. I know who to listen to, who not to listen to. It just like who motivates me to want to be successful. Other successful people motivate me to want to be successful. Like, the most successful people, it gave me the best advice, because I think, just one person in particular, I think I talked about him once, but the president of Avila University while I was there.
Yeah.
Like, he was always like, oh, you want to do this? Like, yeah, you should, and he give me an article that he had, that he was the only person that would do that. Because who's the most successful person on the college campus? The president usually. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You hope so.
But like, when I compare that to like my coworkers or people that I work with, like, they be like, "Oh yeah, that's good," it's a different coming from somebody who doesn't need you, like, or isn't on your same level. Like, the president wasn't on my level. No. Like, I'm not on the president's level. I was just a residence hall director, and I was just, I talk to anybody, so I was just talking, and he was like, "Oh, I remember this." And even years later, we was at a retirement party for one of the people that we work with, and he was like, "Oh," he looked at I had like some hoodie on from somebody that Shop Ambition. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. But I had his hoodie on, talking about Casey Legend. He was like, the president was like, former president. He was like, "Is that your company, or are you representing that?" Because he still knew that that's what I wanted to do. Like 10 years later, so like people like that inspire me to be. I don't know nothing really about him. I've been to his house for a few um, like meals with the resident assistants and stuff, but
Oh, nice.
um, it's like other people that are successful motivate me, have always motivated me. Like, and usually successful people want other successful or want you to be successful. And I told one of my students, or a couple of my students, I think this week or last week or something like that, that if you don't have somebody that is holding you accountable, if people around you are not holding you accountable, they don't want the best for you. So holding somebody accountable is like, oh, here's an article that I seen. Not telling them what to do with the article, not telling them like, hey, this is what exactly you need. And that goes into another question that I had. Do people want to even be successful? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people want to be successful.
I don't think that people want to be successful in the manner that you
Me?
depict.
Me?
No,
Oh,
not
me
you, but
specifically, or
just
in
society
general?
and success, because there's so different, many different avenues that you can go through to be successful, and who knows in your head the level of success that you think is the top tier, because the top tier could be way up here, but your level of success, where you at, where you feel comfortable, or where you deem yourself successful is could be way down here, and you got a whole bunch more rungs to go to get to the top, of the top
To
of the
where you
thing,
want to go.
to where you want to go. A lot of people get a taste of success and then that's it for them. Sometimes I feel like they just kept themselves off and be like, well, I made it, I got my new name in the newspaper or in the newsletter or something like that.
And being famous is
Not successful.
not success.
Yeah, you can
And
be.
we need to. I'm going to define success for you. Success is reaching your fullest potential. So that's the definition of success. Have you reached your fullest potential? Just because you did a funny video or or whatever you do online and you got popularity for it, have you reached their fullest potential? I think a lot of people haven't reached their fullest potential because they're so young. You know what I mean? And that's one of the downfalls that I talked about. I've been talking about is that getting money early in your life halts your growth. And not that I'm not saying don't get the money or don't, but understand that you haven't reached your fullest potential if you're making millions of dollars off of these funny videos, or not even millions of dollars, or if you're getting paid off of these videos, because I don't know a lot of people that are making millions of dollars off of it. Even the people that are really popular aren't making millions of dollars off of it.
Well, maybe not millions per se, but hundreds of dollars maybe. I mean that, as I stated before, your level of success is the mentality that you have for it. So if you do something and you're getting hundreds of dollars, and that's more than what you're doing for your job, if you have a job, uh, that could be a level of success for you, but it's not the peak. You still have to get on that trajectory because you're just making hundreds of dollars. You can make thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then you can turn it into millions. But you just don't want to get stagnant just because you've been recognized.
And money, like I said, money isn't success. Fame isn't success. That's what society says, and I will go against society because I've always gone against society. But our societal trends are: if you have money, you're successful, and if you have money, people listen to you, and if you have money, people will um, respect you or whatever. No, that's that because everybody wants money, and that's how a capitalist society needs to work in order to keep the society going in that direction. So everybody is going after the money, 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 money without looking at their potential and what they actually looking at. I mean, there are a lot of people that realize their potential, which is called entelechy. Entelechy is the realization of human potential, and there are people that have realized their potential and they maximize it. Not to say that um, yeah, if you want to do a YouTube channel on your favorite football team and you have over 200,000 subscribers, and you know you're doing the thing, that may be success for you, and success is subjective, and I am not the one to tell you that you're not successful and tell you what success is for you. But I know I need you to reach your fullest potential. And as young people, because this show is for the 15 to 25-year-olds, you haven't reached your fullest potential at 25.
No,
that's what I'm getting at.
You're just peaking.
Yeah, and so who motivates you to want to be successful is it should be the people you deem highly successful. So when I was growing up, it was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I saw a level of professionalism and winning, and you know, I saw the losses, I saw the championships, I saw everything, or as much as I could see, and what I didn't see, I filled in the blanks with my head, right? In my head. And then later on, when we saw the documentary, The Last Dance, then it was like, oh, that's what I knew was going on in the background. Especially when he was
crazy.
Especially when he was listening to the music and they was like, what is you listening to? He listening to slow jams, and my teammates was always like, why you listening to slow jams? Why you listening? I was like, I need my mind to slow down. Like I don't need to be pumped up, because I tried it. I tried listening to Nuck If You Buck and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? but Michael Jordan was a person that I looked up to because I wanted to be a basketball player. But when I didn't grow to be 6'6", like I knew I wasn't by the 6'6". By the time I got out of high school, I knew I wasn't gonna go pro. But I still wanted to play the sport or whatever, and I kind of wanted to be involved in the sport, but I never wanted to be a coach. But I guess, Michael Jordan. Nobody that I could actually touch, like people in my family or anything like that, motivated to. I mean, I guess my mom not having stuff motivated me. I don't think that's a who, but it's a what.
it's something that is a hole that you want to feel like, oh, I didn't come up with
yeah.
that. So be it as it may, you know, there's a lot of things as adults that we do that we don't necessarily understand that we're doing. But if we think about it, it's kind of like, well, we didn't have this as children coming up. So I think a lot of people do this. Like I do it now. As
I'm here to tell you, it's something that you have to get over as well, because that's coming from a poverty mindset, a poor mindset. Yeah, I know what you about to get to. Like, I'm gonna buy shoes because I never had shoes. I'm gonna buy clothes because I never had clothes.
No, I've never been a clothes person.
But I'm
a
just
shoe person. But shoes I've always had. But the fact that there is no
now
cap.
You're about to justify.
I am going to justify. The fact that I'm still being responsible and taking care of responsibilities, and then still be able to spoil myself, if you will, with shoes and clothes and all kinds of different articles of items. To me, is just it's a certain level of success. It's not the full potential, because the next day, the podcast could take off and we could sign for like $100 million. I'm not gonna rush out and buy a whole bunch of things that I've been wanting because I'm gonna have the money. I mean, I'm kind of lying.
I'm gonna pay off my student loans. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm kind of lying, but with that responsibility, I'm gonna try and do the best I can to be responsible. So I'm gonna take care of my responsibilities and kind of overdo it, so I don't have to do it anymore, and then I can splurge. You see what I'm saying? But
that's the maturity of being 40 something now. If we had got it at 19
in my 20s, that's just kind of
and we used to do that back in the day. Like, we used to get the little refund check for college, and we used to go spend it on clothes and shoes and stuff. And I tell one of my friends all the time,
TVs, all kinds of stuff.
We didn't have all of that because the laptops wasn't invented. But
I'm just saying,
I get you.
Electronics. I'll be up in Best Buy, boy.
But we took that check. We went to, it was a place called Ryan's.
Love Ryan's.
We went to the buffet. We hit the mall. We still tried to spend on we tried to get the sales, hit the sales.
You want to get the
75% off clearance.
Stretch your money out.
Yeah. But we could have put that money together and like bought a house, and we all could have benefited off of buying the house in the town that we went to college at and rented it out when we all left. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's
like a real money play right there.
Yeah, that's a money play, but we didn't do that because we didn't come from we didn't know how to use that money. Like, we came from lack. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you come from lack, and like my friend to this day, he got the money to pay for all his shoes and the clothes and all that stuff, but I'm like, man, like, do you need another pair of shoes? And I do every once in a while. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a pair. But like, just buying a pair because they was on sale you got a little issue there right there. I buy the shoes that I want. Like, I buy the shoes that I want,
but it helps if they're on sale.
I know that because you got the same syndrome as well.
But I'm saying that the things that I want, that I try and gravitate to get, that I eventually get, I'll take the help. Because that's help to me if it's on sale.
But it's not what you want. I mean, in the instance that I'm saying like, you walk around the mall. You walk around the mall and these shoes on sale. I could get these for this one outfit that I ain't wore yet either. So like, it's not. So when I buy a pair of shoes, it's like I buy Jordan 4s. 13s and 11s, right? Those are my favorite ones. So if I see one, I'm like, I might get it one time. I might splurge one time. But I also know now that, shoot, I need to start using that money towards something else. Every once in a while, I do that.
I've been pretty good about that, but I mean, the shoes I want, I'm a big Forest guy. But for me, I think me going about it the correct way does not work, because there's been a whole bunch of shoes that's come out today, and you get in a raffle and you have the money. And for me, it's not necessarily a release. It's kind of a disappointment because I had the money, then I'm like, well, I really didn't need to spend that money. So I'm kind of happy that I don't get the shoes that I want through the raffle. Mm-hmm. But then I also know the reality is that once that raffle is over and they're sold out of my size, which they sell out fast anyway, that how determined am I to get those shoes? I'm not that determined. I'm not going to pay over retail. I'm just not. And if I'm serious about it, I'll find an avenue to get it for cheaper if I can. But for the most part, once I miss the boat, or I can't get it for the price that it actually is, it's not that serious for me in my heart of hearts and minds of minds or styles of styles to pay over $200 for $200 shoes. Because that's like, I'm already helping somebody establish being rich. So we're helping Jordan because we like Jordans. But he's already rich. It's not going to make a difference whether we buy it or not. He's already rich.
And that's the consumerism.
That's the consumerism.
And the lack of, like, we grew up in the 90s when Jordan was the most popular.
Yeah.
And
I've argued with people younger than me about colorways that I know did not come out. Oh, these are the new J's. Yeah, they're the new colorway J's that didn't come out. You gotta understand the Jordans, like if you were around East Bay or you had like what was that? Just for Feet, Foot Locker, Champs. I don't know if Champs was established. Foot Action. Anyway, the moral of the story is that for me, a lot of things that I grew up with that I am used to has gone away. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing because different eras, like certain situations like COVID. COVID helped, DoorDash. Because you couldn't be out in the streets. So you had to depend on people that wanted to do that to get you what you wanted. So as I'm getting older, I realize that things don't last forever.
So you might as well get it now.
Yes and no. I mean, I didn't want to go there, but yes and no. Is a fight or flight.
So we're talking to the younger crowd, 15 and 25-year-olds. And last week was delayed gratification. You gotta delay the gratification. It's going to be hard for y'all to be able to delay that gratification because, like I said, you make so much more money than anybody else has ever made at a young age. And I say that all the time, but everybody's like, but stuff is more expensive now. But you don't have that many responsibilities coming out in high school and first coming out of high school. Stuff gets expensive, but that's the time to stack up money. We didn't have that opportunity to stack up money, and that's why I say the delayed gratification. If you can, if you have a budget and you're saving as well as it, and we got a budget system coming out, Jumpstart Generational Wealth, we got that coming out anyway. But you gotta push that off because they're what is the word? They are it starts with a C.
Consistent?
No. Society is
congruent?
No. What's not conforming, but
compromise?
No.
I'm just fat.
Like molding you, shaping you.
Conforming.
No.
I said that already, didn't I?
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
But
no, I got the gist of what you're saying.
They molding and shaping you into being a more of a consumer. So conditioning, that's the word.
My goodness. I never would have
so they're conditioning you to want these things, right? So if you DoorDash, you're gonna pay extra for DoorDash just to get it for your convenience to come to you, right?
Man,
Um,
that's a high
Ubering,
conveyance.
you start Ubering at 12, 13 years old, and now it's second nature. So now when you get 30, 35 years old, and Uber is still around or whatever kind of service
Uber,
that is,
Uber Lyft.
you're going to bake it into your your budget. You're gonna make sure that you get to wherever you need to go to. So I can just Uber. Like I drive for Uber, and I'm looking at these prices just to go downtown from where I live, and I'm like, I can't just pay that off of one person. I mean, if it was like two people or three, like I'm not paying $30 to go there and back. Like $60 for. I mean, to be safe, yes. If I had to, I've done it before, but I'm just saying that like if you
What?
do it on a regular basis, you're Ubering from your home to the mall or something. Like I've taken people home from the mall. I've taken people to the corner store and stuff, and I'm like, why are you like you can't wait for that bag of chips. You can't wait for to go to the corner store. You can't walk to the corner store when
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I mean, it's not the
corner.
corner store, but like, I mean, it's a few blocks, but
I mean, but a lot of people don't think of it. This is the age of convenience, and I'll say this
and consumerism.
because yeah, 30 bucks to go to the airport from where I'm at. That's a steal. I mean,
Right? Because it's usually more.
It's usually more, but me versus me going to there and just parking for like 2 days, 3 days. That's like $90. So if I Uber there out of convenience, I can do whatever I want because I'm in the back. I don't have to pay attention because I'm not driving.
Sleep like people be sleeping.
I'll be. I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not comfortable with that. I have to be super tired. But that's me. I'm weird sometimes. But compare $30 there, and then if you get back and you Uber back, you don't have somebody that you can have pick up. Then $30 back. That's 60. So you save technically $30.
Yeah, but that's how many people go to the airport every other day or every week or whatever. And if they are going every other week or every week, the business is usually paying for that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're compensated very nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And there's economy parking lot is $7 a day. So if there's ways to get around it if you wanted to. Because if you're going for 2 days, that's $14 plus. But them buses don't be running early in the morning like that either.
Yeah.
So it's hit or miss.
I'm an early birder because I think about
I'll be wanting to get there.
I want to get there, and if there's sights to be seen, or I just want to get out of everybody's way, because I know how everything works. Like early in the morning, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, there's really nobody out there in the streets, on the streets, except
we know
for people.
His driving. He driving he driving in the right hand lane.
Not all the time.
Most of the time.
I'm graduating to the second and third lane. But the reason why I do that is because it halters me from speeding. I have a lead foot. I've always had lead foot. But that's neither here nor there. What I was saying is that it's all about convenience. I remember when I was in my 20s, I lived in Overland Park. I had a girlfriend that worked for AT&T, and they always got cost of living raises, which was amazing compared to my job, which I was in the union at the time. You got like a raise every year for the union, but I think in our relationship, she got at least 3 or 4 raises in like maybe 1 year. So I don't know if it was like a quarterly thing or not. But if that's happening back then in my early 20s, I can only imagine what it is now. because of the technology and the money that's out there in the world now to add convenience. And I remember telling her not to mess that up because I thought it was amazing. I tried to get onto AT&T and I failed terribly. But
it's just because you were black. I'm just playing.
I mean, it probably could have been for that too, but I wasn't in the right headspace. We'll say that. But certain things, it didn't make sense, the test that we were taking, to answer phones and solve problems. And that's probably the reason why, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes in, the screen went blank.
So motivation is going to only last you for, it's going to come and go. It's going to be up one time. Your motivation is going to be up. And then next thing you know, your motivation is down. So that's where, I mean, our purpose for this, this episode is who to see who motivates you to be successful, want to be successful, but ultimately it comes down to what you're doing on a daily basis. And what I see on a daily basis, you could get good grades and still not be a good student.
Yeah.
Because teachers just want you to pass, and if you don't cause them no problems, they just gonna help you. They're gonna help you as much as you can, which is you want to stay. It wasn't like that in my era too, but you don't want those type of people. You want the people that are going to challenge you throughout your life, and they want you to do it the hard way. Sometimes there is an easy way to do things, but most of the time it's the hard way. And you want those people that are like, hey, you got to get it done. Let's get it done. Go this way, it's up to you. There's always two routes to take. There's going to be an easy route and there's going to be a hard route. There might be an intermediate route, but that takes a little bit of studying. Studying and having a philosophy, a strategy. Yeah. Like the work hard philosophy for individual achievement. Like if you had that,
it's a good plug. I like that. That was very good.
If you had a strategy, and that's what I made it for, because I didn't have a strategy when I was growing up. I didn't have a strategy when I was a young professional. I didn't have a strategy. Well, I had the strategy, but like I didn't have, like, there was nobody just sitting here talking and like, hey, like I talked to one of my coworkers. He's 28 years old, got a baby mama, and all of this stuff. Like he trying to work hard and all of this stuff. I'm like, but your habits are like they're not conducive to long-term success. Like if you want to be successful, and it depends on his definition of success. Most people's definition of success is making enough money so that they can do what they want to do, but that's not true success. True success is reaching your fullest potential. If you're not reaching your fullest potential, you're not reaching your fullest potential as a building sub. I don't want to be a building sub, but since I have the work hard philosophy, I'm going to take right. I'm going to take the demotion if I have to, and
it's not really a demotion.
It's not really a pay demotion, but like it as far as using my credentials and stuff.
So less responsibility.
Yeah, less responsibility, but that's a strategy. That's something that I choose to do. That he's doing it because that's the only thing he can do. You see what I'm saying? That's different.
And it could spider out to something else. I also want to add, I know I said that, family and friends, they motivate me, but what really motivates me to be successful is to not have to depend on other people. Now, that is a touchy subject for most people. It's not really a touchy subject because it just depends on your mental state,
personality type.
Because you can be like, oh, I'm dependent on this person, but then you don't know how the person that you're depending on is trying to depict that. Like, are they trying to be like, well, without me, you wouldn't be doing this. That's what I feel people in society right now are trying to avoid. Like, oh, I'm successful, and then you have somebody, oh, without me, you went, oh, they don't want that part. They just want the spotlight. I don't mind that part, but as life goes and life evolves, I also don't want you to try and throw it in my face. Yeah. As I'm trying to climb that rung, because once I reach a certain thing, I would hope that I can bring you with me without default. But I don't want default regardless. Because if we have a relationship and you're doing it for a reason because you can or you're able, then you should help. It's just like, you take your time out. We're taking our time out on a Sunday. We could sleep in, we could do whatever we want, but we do a podcast for young people of all ages, but a specific gender because age limit, because we want to be successful, regardless of the fact. The people that are coming in this world now are coming up and going through school and starting out work in the workforce. They are the future. We are not going to be able to be doing this for the rest of our lives. I mean, we can, but
we ain't gonna be doing the work.
We're not gonna be doing the work. The workforce is gonna be for the generations that are coming out. And as technology grows and builds and we learn new stuff and different ways and avenues to get to the same finish line, because the finish line is the finish line, the generations that come up after us, the generations that come up, that were before us, it comes down. The generation that's before us are seeing us do things that they never even thought was even possible. And the generation below us, I'm seeing things that I didn't think was possible. And there's a lot of things I didn't think was possible that I have witnessed in my life. Like the world shutting down during COVID. I never expected that. I heard people talk about the Great Depression and recession and all kinds of other things that happen in history. But I personally never thought that I would be a part of something like that, simply because of the technology that I was growing up with. I was like, well, this would never happen. But in retrospect, there was a person that was several generations ahead of me that made decisions that helped that come true. And I'll leave it at that.
Help what come true?
The pandemic.
Oh. Okay.
I still say it's his fault.
Whatever. Being adaptable. That's one of the things that, like, I don't specifically go out of my way to not get help, but I also like doing stuff on my learning what I need to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take guidance, but like, don't just help me jump over some steps, right? Especially if I need to learn it. If I know it's going to be something that's ongoing,
yeah.
Like the podcast, like I sit here and watch a whole bunch of videos on the software system that we run in this podcast through, like how to do all of this stuff. Like I sat there and watched a whole bunch of videos to set it up this way and how you see it. It could be better, whatever. But I only got so much amount of time and whatnot. So thanks. But like, yeah, I probably could have hired somebody, and that's what people do. But I like going step by step and going up the staircase, step by step,
yeah,
slowly, gradually, is always going to outlet. It's like the tortoise and the hare.
It's more gratification.
Yeah, it's way more gratification. So like, I don't think anybody can go back in my history and be like, yeah, he is who he is because I did this for him. And somebody may have did something in the background or whatever, but that has nothing to do with me. But I'm talking about, oh, we gave them a scholarship. That's a full ride. So you know what I mean? I'm not saying don't take it, but use it as a way to get where you want to go. And if you don't use it as a way to get where you want to go, then you really just
you're not taking advantage.
Yeah, you're not taking advantage of the opportunity, because there's a lot of more opportunities than
way more than
than we had. You know what I mean? I see it every single day, and these little kids, I'll be having. They just asking for a resume. I don't have a resume. Well, all you have to do is fill out this thing or whatever,
directions
and the directions test, like, and I don't want to say that y'all can't read. Reading comprehension is the reading comprehension, like, because kids can read. You can read all day long, but if you can't comprehend what you're reading, if you can't think about it and realize what somebody is saying from the text that you're reading, that's the problem. And I don't know how to teach that.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but I do have a question after you're done.
Go ahead, right now.
Well, I'm this is gonna date me and make me seem older than I am, but it's common sense. So when we were growing up, we read out loud. Does that not happen anymore?
Heck no.
Oh, okay. So that's probably the reason why you don't know how to read.
But like I said, they know how to read.
They just don't want to do it.
They don't have comprehension. Comprehension is different. Comprehension is like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and they'll sit there and be like, what do I need to do? They'll read it, but it'll say, and I'm just like, did you read the question? It'll be like, is this address outside the U.S. or Canada?
Oh, Lord.
And that's a yes or no question, and it has a yes or no.
Where do you live at?
Huh?
Where do you live at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's bad.
I can see the habits that, like, you have to just. I know I had the potential. Habits can show you potential.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a habit of not reading it all the way, or just speeding through everything, if that's a habit that you're going to carry with you because that's what you do, and not saying that you can't change it, but that's a habit. And the kids that I work with, the young people that I work with, like, I'm looking at them like, I don't know if you're gonna really be successful, like, without somebody having to tell you exactly what to do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I like to figure it out. Like, tell me what I need to do, and I'll figure it out. But you guys are sitting there and wanting somebody to do it for you, and then you want to take all the credit for it. Like,
I showed up.
Like scholarship application, you gotta fill out the scholarship application, and you gotta submit an essay. You don't want to submit the essay. We have to force students to submit essays, and a lot of those scholarships go unclaimed because students don't even want to fill out an essay. And I'm like, it's only 500 words about your life and something that you did interesting.
Can you double space?
I don't know what you can do. It's whatever. No, I mean you can double space, but like it still has to be 500 words.
I know, but I want to say that the subject you said about reading comprehension, I was very guilty of that when I was younger, and now as I'm older, I kind of laugh about reading instructions. When I was a young lad, I still love Legos to this day, but I used to get Legos, look at the picture, and try and build the Legos just out the picture. Instructions came with it, so eventually I had to look at the instructions if I missed a piece or it didn't look like the picture. Mm-hmm. And then over time, I learned how to just read the instructions.
Life taught him a lesson. like it was gonna be faster. If I just read the directions.
Like I have to semi truck built, and I'm like, why isn't that? Then you had to break it all back down.
All the way back down.
So we're saying this to say this. Things are in place for a reason to help you simplify the things that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
And if you don't take advantage of it, then you're destined to just have to tear down half your Legos just to add a new piece.
Yeah, so that's what I'm really getting at is that like you don't want to retrace steps.
No.
Like I don't want you to retrace steps. Like, and that's what I be telling my students. I'm like, go do this. Go be in an organization. Go explore and go travel and do all of the things while you're going through your process, and go to school at the same time. Learn something new and learn something specific and get something out of the time that you're spent. Like we spend 4 years going to high school. If you just messed around your whole 4 years, or 1 year, that freshman year is the most vital year. If you get F's on that, like it's hard to get it back up. It's that terrible. GPA back up. So like do the things necessary as you're going along. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. And if you do it easy, your life will be hard. If you do it hard, your life will be easy. So that's the main message that I want to get across today.
You gotta pick a street.
Yeah, and the motivation is gonna it's not gonna last anyways. It's your habits and the discipline is what's gonna last in what you're doing. You can have people like Michael Jordan motivated me throughout and then it changed to somebody else, and it continues to. I add on new people, like, and I read people's books and things like that. And I think I'm gonna do I keep on saying I'm gonna do all of this stuff, but but
you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing it. But like I'm having kind of like a reading rainbow show. It's called Read Mother. and I'm gonna read a book to y'all, and
that's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna make that happen.
But
I may even participate.
But that's what we need to do. Like everything that you are going to do in the next few years, in the age 15 to 25, has already been done before. Like. You ain't inventing anything new.
You're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, even if you did reinvent the wheel was already here. You're not doing anything new. So
just add your spin on it.
I know, but like it's not new.
It's not new.
So I mean, everything that we see, Uber, DoorDash, all of those things are innovations anyway. Innovations of what we already had, and that's why I say there's nothing new under the sun. So you have to experience everything, you have to learn everything, you have to understand why things are you do things like this. I get the question all the time is that why are we learning algebra or whatever? I don't need to learn for X or whatever, but it's the process that you go through for learning something that you may or may not need later on. but the thinking process is what you need to learn. It's not the actual X plus Y equals Z. It's not that. It's the process of going through the steps. And when you get older, you're gonna need to go through some steps to get to to Z. We don't know what that Z is, and most of all, you don't want somebody telling you what to do. Like, if you need somebody to tell you what to do, like, in my coaching, I try to get people to come to the conclusion on their own. I usually already understand what the conclusion needs to be, but I can't just tell somebody that conclusion, because they won't do it. And that's another question that I have: do people really want to be successful? Because I can have the whatever you need, the answer, but if you don't come to that answer by yourself, then you're not necessarily going to execute. Cause and then it goes back to what we were saying earlier about uh, having somebody like helping, like you're not gonna execute, and not helping, but like the um, dang, I just went blank. But having a scapegoat, yeah. like I think people now, they don't want to be successful, but they'll take people's advice, but they won't believe in it. Since you don't believe in what the answer really is. And that's might be some of my issue with not moving forward with what I know to be true, is that a lot of people now, like I see my students all the time. Well, she told me to do this, so I did it, and it didn't work out, so it's her fault. No, it's your fault for not thinking about what he or she wanted you to do.
You're the one that's doing it.
Exactly. It's not my fault, because you see what I'm saying? Like, I think, and people don't want to be successful because they want to have somebody else be the scapegoat. You told me to go to college, but college put me in debt. So now it's 20 years later, and I'm blaming you for
sitting at Dairy Queen.
Yeah. but they didn't believe in it in the first place, is what I'm saying. And I think that's a lot of people, and that's what I'm dealing with at the school, is that students, like, I don't know what's going to help you be successful, but I do know that there's a process to success. Mm-hmm. And to reach your fullest potential. Maybe I need to start saying that instead of success. But to reach your fullest potential, you have to learn something. You have to be educated, and that can either be formally or informally. I mean, it's still going to be formally, but it's not the traditional route. The traditional route is going to college. That route, and I get that there's multiple ways to do things, and that's cool. But like I said, you want to have fun on your way on that trajectory. I had fun. Me and my friend, we joke about it. We wouldn't change our college years for nothing. We wouldn't exchange it for just going to work. And you get to meet so many people going that route. And I'm a big proponent, because I think all Black people and people of color need to go learn something from somebody else, and sit under somebody else, and experience under somebody else before they go out into the real world, because the real world is not in our favor anyway. So having something that you wanted to go learn, you explored it, you did it. If you have that mindset, I can't wait for when we get Isaac on here. Isaac is one of my former students. He we had sit down conversations. We got the similar mindsets, our similar personalities. Mm-hmm. So we was able to have full conversations. I was able to talk through and like all of the steps, and talk through different scenarios and things like that. And when he comes on here, I want because I know he done did, like, he went through the whole process. And even now, I'm having issues with some of the seniors that want to graduate early. You got a whole semester that you're going to graduate a whole semester early. And I'm like, you could take as many college credit classes as you can if you're going to college. If you're going to college, we get you 15 credit hours. And that's what I'm saying. But they don't want to do it because they don't want to do the work. And I'm like, you getting ahead of the game and you're just doing a little bit extra work. Oh, I want to go work. You're going to get burnt out going to work more than you're going to get burnt out doing work at school. You just don't want to be sitting in school. But if you understood the process that you're about to undertake, you would go and get those 15 credit hours, and then you would take those 15 credit hours plus whatever you had before, because I've been trying to get you to take as many college credit classes as you wanted to or needed.
I think I know the problem that you're running into.
Okay, tell me the problem.
It's going to be a separate podcast, but basically you're dealing with people that you tell them how to be successful or give them the formula to be successful, and it scares them because of the process they have to go through.
The work is the work.
That's a scary word, work. Now, in that same instance that you say that people don't want to do that process, they just want to go to work. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
It's the same thing. And I don't understand that. I'll say this about this subject. If I was in this position, if I was younger and I had the same things that's going on right now with the mentality that I have to be younger, I would kill the game. Because, first of all, reading is fundamental. You have to do that before you do anything, because you had to fill out applications, so you have to know how to read. Now, quick story. How I got my job in Porch is because the Porch manager was tired of people coming in and not knowing how to fill out an application. That's how I got hired with them.
Wow.
And I asked him, I said, do I need to fill out an application? I will. He was like, no, you already work here. I was like, well, I'm just saying, if it's a qualification for me to get this new position, I will refill out
the
application. That blew my mind. Now, this is when I'm like 30ish. How I feel now in my 40s, it's the same. It's just broader spread. Like, I don't understand how you don't know how to read the rules. Or limitations, like a contract. You sign a contract, you don't want to read it. All you want to hear about is the benefits. Read the fine print, because it's going to cost you if you don't do certain things of your benefit. That's crazy. I don't understand that at all. And I don't understand a lot of things in life, and it makes me feel weird, but not really, because I'm not a part of this generation that we have now. I'm not a part of this, speedway, let's get everything super fast, and we don't know how we got here, but we're here.
Yeah,
everything
I just think
has
there's
a process.
There's a little bit, the work is missing from the youth now. That's all I can boil it down to. It's the work ethic. So, and it's the work ethic that is missing, and then the entitlement that is there. So entitlement negates the work ethic that you already have, right? So I'm just doing the work, the hard work, because I should get this at the end. And there's no guarantee, especially for us. There's no guarantee for that. Like, even when going to college, like, and that's why I say I think there's there are multiple ways to get where you want to go. With college, there's no guarantee at the end. There's never been no guarantee for us. And that's what I'm saying. Like, let's go to college, have an experience, do well, make some connections, and graduate, and do all of the things that's a process that you have to do. And I had to do it by myself. I had to understand the paperwork that needed to be filled out. I had to bring my mom the paperwork. I had to have her fill out whatever she needed. I needed to know what she needed to know so I could uh, uh, tell her what she needed to do, so it would be less of a burden on her after she got home from work late. You know what I mean? And I had to go through that whole process. Then I had to do the work. I did the work. And looking back on it, like, if I had to do it all over again, I couldn't do it all over again because like, it was so hard. Like, I didn't even know it was hard when I was doing it because I was just doing it.
You was already in the process.
Yeah, I was in the process, and I didn't have the entitlement in my ear saying, like you gonna get this at the end.
You don't have to work hard.
I hoped for it at the end. I didn't already think it was already going to be there. I hoped that it was going to be something at the end. I hoped that it was going to be a good job, and it didn't happen. So I'm coming to you from the did all the work and it didn't happen, but I made sure that I did all the work, so I am able to do it by myself now.
Okay, yeah. That if I was a young person, that process would scare me.
But you got to go through it if you want to be successful and not have to be dependent on society. Like, I'm not dependent on whether you give me a job or not. Now there's so many opportunities out there that I'm going to make a way, especially if you make me mad, because I do have all the skills. If I didn't have all the skills from what I did in the past years, that I know that I have, I probably don't show them because I don't want anybody to take advantage of me. Like I'm not about to just do everything for everybody. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm gonna do my job above average. I'm gonna do it almost great, but like, hold on there. Like, you ain't paying me that much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give up my time. Like, I'll give my time during the time that I'm supposed to be there, and I'll do the great things while I'm there.
Full potential.
Yeah, I'll reach my full potential there, but you can't force me to take away my time now because I want to do something for myself. Because I understand, and as I've been going up, like, I only do things that I want to do. Like, if I don't want to do it, or if I don't see a purpose in it, then I am not doing it. And I've always been that way, and I don't think a lot of people are that way. And I think that's why society, you're that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we connect. And but society wants people to just go to work to get a job and pay for the things that they want. And that's the consumerism, that's the capitalism, that's all of that stuff. And we have to fight against that because we want to reach our fullest potential. With your fullest potential comes success. With your fullest potential comes money. With your fullest potential comes everything that you want in life. But if you do not work for that fullest potential, it's not going to happen at all. And that's what I'm trying to get to. And like, I don't think that I've reached my fullest potential, and I don't think a lot of people do actually. We do actually reach our fullest potential. We do actually get the success, but it's a longer process than what we think it is. And especially if you think you're entitled to something at the end, like you think society wants to give you a high paying job or whatever, because most people work for somebody anyway. Not a lot of people work for themselves, and not a lot of y'all are going to be founders of companies that hire people. Because if you are a founder of a company, that's what a true entrepreneur is somebody who hires people and pays them well for to help run the company. That's not what a lot of us do. We are the sole solopreneur. We do it by ourselves. We may have some family help us. I mean, even that is cool. Like, do that. Have your family help you, but pay them. But we all want it for ourselves, and at some point in time, we're gonna have to collaborate. I know I had a vision of collaborating with one of former like somebody I went to college with, and I'm like, would I even do it? Because he has a speaking company. Like, but if I have to give my time, I'm gonna just do it on my own because I can. You know what I mean? I and I have other responsibilities as well, so I have to take that into account at the same time. So, you know, it reaching your fullest potential is a lot. Having the motivation is is going to come and go. You want to identify those people that do give you the motivation right now. And motivation is the stuff that makes you move. If somebody speaks to you, speaks life into you, and you move and you act on the things that you know to be true, that's what motivation is. That's where you want to get it from. And I may or may not get to talk to a student that, you know, I may only get to talk to him or her one time, and I have to say everything that I know in that one time.
Impactful things.
Yeah, and it's not. It just comes out. But you know, I walk you through the whole your whole life in one sitting because I might not get to sit with you again. I did that with one of the students. Talk about the nursing, like you can do this, this, and this, and go this route and become a nurse and make the money that you want to make, or you can let this person deter you and you not finish the program that will get you to the next step because that person is and this was she didn't have no problem. She didn't even start the program yet, but I knew the teacher didn't. It clashed with some of the students over in the past years. I was like, now you could get through this program, go through the next program, go through this program, and have everything you want, or this lady can redirect you because you didn't finish, and you won't get none of that. And she was like, "Are you trying to motivate me?" And I was like, "Maybe if it's motivating, then yeah." But I just know.
To me.
But I'm glad. But I was just like, I have to tell you this because, and I haven't spoken to that student like that since. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We speak in the hallways because she's a part of my program and stuff. But like, it wasn't a sit down and I explained this and that going all the way through. So, those motivating people, like, they help you get through. But it's your discipline, it's your habits, it's what you're doing on a daily basis. It's constantly growing at a young age. Like I wasn't the best at playing basketball at 15 years old. Like I remember trying to play basketball with my cousins and at Benjamin Banneker Elementary.
Banneker.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they used to live right down the street.
I know. I'll ask you. Yeah.
So they like they was older than me, so they didn't even pick me up. Like me, when I was at the peak, I would pick up the random, kid. I was like, play on my team, and we I'm gonna make sure we win.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
They didn't include you.
Yeah, but I kept on getting better and better and better and better, and I'm the one that went to college and played 4 years of basketball. You know what I mean? And they was better than me at that time. But
yeah, well, they probably had hobbies, and that turned into something that was a passion for you.
Yeah,
because of how you started out, not being chose.
Yeah,
like that motivates. That's a motivation right there. Not being chose, losing. That's why being looked over.
Yeah,
being
use that. You have to use it.
There's another word. It doesn't matter. I used enough words, but you get the point. The society that we're in is it's a mixed bunch, because the generations that have come and passed have kind of not super highway speeded, but it's different situations. Like I'd say that for the most part, the generations that are coming up don't have the same skills and aspirations that we have. Like they don't have the same people that as a child helps you develop the skills that turn you into the person. Now you
have to be forced.
You had to
do it,
I guess, and that's terrible. But like the reading thing,
you have to be forced.
That's a home thing. That's something that should be instilled in you before you even reach, what is it? Because I just went to kindergarten, so preschool.
Preschool.
Yeah, because I didn't do preschool. But still, that's what I'm saying. The generations, like the older generation, like my generation and above, you basically had school before you went to school. You learned how to read and write. Sometimes, if you had like a person that was dedicated, like grandma or aunt or something like that. Still, regardless, there was a village. I'll say a village that helped you develop. So when you went to an establishment like a school, either you were going to be right there with the school, and then you can just transition and trajectory, or you were ahead because of the things that people instilled in you before you even got there. And that is a lack in this world now, because everybody just wants things the express way. Yeah. And it is no express way. It's never going to be an express way.
Because you're going to have to go right back around. You're going to have to turn around and get those skills. You're going to have to
repeat school.
And this is I mean, you may not have to repeat school, but like you ain't going to get the things that you want. So we gotta wrap this up. But you don't want to retrace your steps. So if you're in high school and you're doing what you're supposed to, even if you got straight A's, you need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge yourself to do a little bit more, because you don't know what type of student your school is putting out there. So you may get straight A's because they just want you to pass, right? And are not just pass, but like they just give you the answers or give it to you easy, or it's easy to you. Yeah. You have to force yourself to do more, because you don't have nobody forcing you to do more.
Challenge
because
yourself.
You got to challenge yourself, and some of the most successful athletes and entertainers and we got to talk about athletes and entertainers in this way, because they have a certain skill set that helps them. Like they had a strong figure in their life that was forcing them to do the habitual things, the boring, mundane things over and over and over again, that put them in position to be one of the greatest of all time. The people that come to mind is Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5. Their dad was on them, practice. And then what we get, Michael Jackson at the end. Venus and Serena Williams, like practice, gunshots going on around the tennis courts and stuff like that. Practice. You see what that practice and that dedication got them. Tiger Woods is practice. Like at a young age, like
they had people to instill in them and invest in them at an early age to where they could develop, and then trajectory.
Yeah, but if you don't have that, you have to do it yourself.
You have to want to do it.
You have to do it yourself. That's what I had to do. I had to do it for myself. You have to do it by yourself, for yourself, and then you can help others. And that's what I'm doing. That's what we doing. Like, so that's all I got for today. What you got?
I think this was a great podcast. It was very eye opening. As you know, I'm gonna close out with, try and be all the way up. Be committed to excellence, and please apply yourself. That's gonna be new for you. Apply yourself. So no one's gonna do it for you.
Yeah. Knowledge is not enough. We must do. I forgot the.
I feel you though.
It's a quote. Hold on, I'm gonna search it up. Hold on, I gotta get this.
Knowledge is key though. But go above and beyond for your success.
Oh, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. That's what it is.
Very impactful words.
Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. So, like the work hard philosophy says, you have to be, if you want to be successful, it's willing to reuse knowledge, habits, and resources diligently. So that's what I got. I won't lose. You won't lose. We won't lose. Give me my theme music.